Was ist Realität?
Whoa.
Oder existieren mehrere Realitäten nebeneinander?
Oh, we're going there.
Erwin Schrödinger hat für diese Frage ein überaus
Put a
interessantes
cat.
Gedankenexperiment konstruiert.
Schrodinger's cat.
Schrödingers Katze.
There we go.
Sie befindet sich
Also, I just
in zwei
noticed
sich
this. The
überlagernden
aspect
Zuständen.
ratio changed from 2:1 to ultra wide.
Wenn das gleichzeitige Vorhandensein von Leben und Tod auch für die Welt des Makrokosmos gelten würde,
And here it is. Wow.
könnte es uns gelingen, die Zeit zu spalten und sie in zwei unterschiedliche, gegensätzliche Richtungen laufen zu lassen?
Opposing directions. Huh.
Unterschiedliche Realitäten wären dann nebeneinander möglich.
Oh.
Du darfst da nicht rein!
Whoa.
Bitte! Ich kann es dir zeigen.
This is the Martha that will eventually get the scar. This is the Martha that will eventually kill Jonas in the future. In between time. This presentation though. Tan House in 1974. Oh! Charlotte and Elizabeth.
Dingen, die längst vergangen sind.
Charlotte. 3 years ago. Her youngest.
Sehnt sich
Whoa.
nach einem Weg, die
The granddaughter, right? The baby. Dude, this presentation though. Not just in the presentation, but also the switch in aspect ratios. For Charlotte could also mean for the baby that Tannhaus lost, right? That his daughter lost, his granddaughter, the baby. Is this it? Is this the point where the stranger fucks up his face and becomes Adam? Because that's still one aspect that we don't know of, right? His deformity. Whoa! Okay, it worked. But not for much longer. Oh shit! Ah, fuck. No, don't take it off! Ah, shit, here we go.
Den einen Moment, der das hier alles ausgelöst hat. Und wenn wir ihn gefunden haben, dann werden wir ihn vernichten. Und alles, was daraus entsteht. Das ist das Paradies.
That is crucial to know, though. The origin, the pinpoint in time that started it all. Because how can there be a start when there is no end as well, when the start and the end is all the same? At this point, there's like 2 major points in time, right? The first one being Martha either appearing before Jonas during the apocalypse, or Jonas and Martha having sex and therefore bringing about the unknown. She is still kind of a mystery to me, like her role in all of this. Who is she related to? That's kind of the question, really.
Manchmal glaube ich, es hört hier nie auf zu regnen.
She's gonna marry Bartosz, and that's how Noah is born.
Bartosz.
I think I got it. Because that is the explanation, right? If Bartosz is Noah's dad, who's the mother? Well, there you go. Okay. We're back here. Stranger Jonas. But what is this going to do, though? Because it takes on a completely different form, right? Yeah, and it seems like it's not getting anywhere. Are we gonna talk about the fact that Jonas is still alive? I guess Claudia wouldn't have any reason to question that.
Du darfst die Hoffnung nicht verlieren.
And there we go. Can still see the bloodstains. All those painful memories. Oh no. Well, who's going to stop him though? Fascinating.
Du kannst nicht sterben.
Yeah. You have to live. And that's the gun! Holy mother of God. Man, ow, Jesus.
Weil es dein älteres Ich bereits gibt.
Yeah.
Die Zeit erlaubt es nicht.
Time won't allow it.
Dann wird Adam uns ins Paradies führen.
Those minor facial expressions. And he knows. He knows that he will betray him. Interesting. 1904, a couple of years have passed. Holy shit, here we go. Man, Bartosz with the beard though. Who's gonna name the baby? Who's gonna name the baby? Say it. Noah, say it.
Hanno.
Hanno. We can flip some of the names and the letters here and there to become Noah.
Wir werden erst loslassen können.
There's the tan house that we know. So they've been going at it for like 20 years or so, still trying to make this work, but it always fails. Well, I spoke too soon.
Vielleicht will Claudia gar nicht, dass es funktioniert.
Ah, and here comes the... Okay.
Er hat dich belogen.
This is what I wanted to see,
Es
right?
gibt kein Paradies.
The point in time where the stranger will soon become... Or Jonas will soon become the stranger.
Ein älteres Ich hat es schon mal versucht. Aber dieses Mal ist alles anders.
You're becoming your older self.
Dieses Mal wird's funktionieren.
It won't. Ah, I hate to see it.
Sie hat gesagt, nicht alles, was hier ist, gehört hierhin.
Yeah,
Was hat sie damit gemeint?
different timelines.
Du musst ihn weiter auf seinem Weg geleiten. Die Materie. Sie darf noch nicht funktionieren.
Damn. Dancing in the palm of her hands.
Nein.
And there's the difference. Wow. Oh.
Ich glaube, weder Eva noch Adam kennen diesen Weg.
No, they don't.
Aber ich werde ihn finden.
I trust you, Claudia. Have you ever seen your older self? 9. Alright, I'm picking sides. Team Claudia all the way. Adam clearly has no idea how to do it. Eva is one step ahead of Adam, but they're both still repeating the same thing over and over and over again. And that is how Claudia goes to the other world, and that is how Claudia sees the world that doesn't have Jonas to begin with. Wow. Pretending to be... Alright.
Du hast Claudia nicht mitgebracht.
Noah beobachtet sie. Wir müssen vorsichtig sein.
You also have to be careful with the words that you choose, right? One small mistake and the facade breaks. The time machine.
Du musst ihn Claudia geben. Und sie muss ihm Tannhaus geben.
Incredible. Who's the other kid?
Sie wollte, dass sie Agnes heißt.
I don't know why I didn't think that was actually Agnes, because obviously who else could it be, but... Yeah, at that point, Bartosz realizes that, yeah, I know you, I'm gonna have to change your name, buddy. This is insane. I love this. We're kind of tying up a lot of the loose ends, or like the things that were kind of established in the very beginning of the show. All that is left is the finale, where we actually try to fix all of this somehow.
Paradies ist frei.
Wow.
Schmerz und Leid.
Every time she feels... Don't tell me the baby's already... You feel her, like she lost her baby this day. And she had to... Wow! Tannhaus and young Jonas in the back there. Oh, what a fantastic scene.
Ich finde sie.
And you will. You will. Damn.
Ich bringe sie zurück.
And he did. Yeah, take that book. Wow. Elizabeth's, like, cold-heartedness makes complete sense now. Wow. Oh, this fucking show. And that's her cut.
Celia?
Ja!
Ich.
Das Reisen ist nicht spurlos an ihm vorbeigegangen.
Mhm. Mhm. There's the painting.
Jonas? Sie ist deine Schwester.
This entire family is fucked, by the way.
Wie hast du uns gefunden?
And this is how he knows. Well, he already knows. Never mind.
Da war diese alte Frau. Sie stand einfach vor unserer Tür. Eva.
Bartosz, mach ihn die Kammer zurecht.
The chamber? What's the chamber? Oh, it's a room. Okay. Okay. Whew. That was cold-blooded, Jonas. This is insane! Insanity. Just when Dark couldn't get any more insane.
Hanno?
It wasn't Jonas that Noah was talking about. It was Noah himself. This is it, isn't it? This is actually it.
Das Buch. Du hast es bei dir.
Noah subconsciously just took the book, right? But he has no idea how important the book is. Until now. You will become a man of God.
Der Apparat. Wird ihn reparieren.
Wow.
Du darfst die Hoffnung niemals verlieren.
Never lose hope. Rip apart the last pages? Yeah.
Schon vor Wochen ist in der
Wow, what a... And yet this is not the final episode.
Kennen wir uns?
Es tut mir leid.
Oh man.
Charlotte. Nein, das stimmt aber.
I love that they're doing this. I love that they're showing the entire seasons in this. Oh, how is this not the final episode though? There's still one more episode left because we have effectively looped all over again. All that is left is what happens to Martha and Bartosz. That is exactly what we are about to see. All right, this is the missing link.
Sie sind schuld daran, dass das alles überhaupt passiert.
Nein. Sie sind das Licht.
Okay.
Er zeichnet uns. Unser Leben lang.
She's gonna give her the scar.
Damit du niemals vergisst, auf welche Seite du wirklich gehörst.
Which timeline you belong to. So this Martha is actually going to die? And the unknown is going to be from the other Martha? What the fuck? Oh man, Jonas. If only you knew. If you only knew.
Soll's gar nicht sein.
Yeah, why am I still here? Big reveal. Martha's gonna appear.
Hallo Jonas.
Never mind. No. Oh, this final episode is gonna be so fucking lit! Oh my god. Oh my god, the Celia reveal is... Oh, the Celia reveal. Why did it never occur to me? Because I always felt like, yeah, I'm talking about like the two separate timelines, but it never occurred to me that the two separate timelines also applies to Martha as well. Like I always think about like Jonas, yeah, the two different Jonases, right? But I never thought about two different Marthas as well. But of course that is going to be the case. Oh. Okay, the penultimate episode of Dark, and what an episode it was. I have rewatched this episode again just before I, record this review discussion portion because there's a lot. There's a lot to talk about in this episode, and I want to get the review and discussion, as quickly as possible. But there's also, I think, plenty of things that either I missed when I was rewatching. When I was watching the episode, and I guess a couple of things that I may have misunderstood here and there that I do want to address further within the review discussion portion. But ultimately, fantastic episode. What an incredible way to end, quote unquote, end the show by just technically redoing everything. Like, we just completed the loop, right? We established that there is a different timeline, and then we immediately address how that different timeline connects with our loop and how it just, repeats itself over and over again. It worked. Those final montages of, the entire journey from season 1 up until this very point, our characters meeting each other, our characters betraying each other, that was very powerful. And the most important thing of all, by the very end, should have been over. Even Adam thinks that way, right? Should have been over. It's done. I have killed the very being that is about to be the unknown, and thus stopping the loop. But nope, He looks at his hands and like, why am I not disappearing? Why is everything the same? Why isn't it changing? Because it didn't change. And then Claudia appears. And that is bonkers. Bonkers. How is Claudia here? Otherworld Claudia is dead. Our Claudia, the older one, is dead, got shot by Noah. So who is this? Different timeline Claudia? And I'm getting the feeling that Claudia is here to actually save the day. The MVP of the entire show. Claudia has truly become one of my favorite characters of this entire show. And the fact that she appears in this very end of this episode, and we are about to venture into the series finale, right? And talking about, like, I guess the theme of the entire show itself, and the thing that is that Jonas is clinging on to the most, which is hope. It has been hammered down multiple times over and over and over and over again in this episode alone. Jonas, do not lose hope. Do not lose hope. Everything will be fine. We will find a way out. Do not lose hope. And he did. He never lost hope. And that is a good thing and a bad thing as well. It's a good message, don't lose hope. But in the process of not losing hope, he has become a slave to his own desires, right? Every time he does something, it's going to feed into the loop, because that is exactly what happens. It has been determined. It is fascinating and also interesting to think about when you realize that all of this could have stopped if Noah stopped. Sorry, not Noah, Jonas. If Jonas stopped. If Jonas stopped, if Adam just decided to stop pursuing all of this, it would have been over. Because things would change, but obviously not. He kept moving. He kept clinging on to this hope that, no, I will fix this. I can fix this. And in the process, he breaks everything. That is bonkersly insane. Bonkersly, is that even a word? But going back into like some of the other things that actually happen in this episode alone. We start the episode with Tannhaus, that whole Tannhaus spiel about Schrodinger's cat. It is a long time coming, especially in regards to like the show, the themes, especially now in regards to like different timelines. Like, does it exist? Does it not? Like, it's bound to happen regardless, this idea, right? And totally happens. Love the change in aspect ratio during our time with Tannhaus. And here comes the, I guess what I would say, the crux of it all. We see Tannhaus go into the bunker, and I thought presumably at first he was building the machine that will ultimately be used to travel or to time travel these kids into various different points in time that, you know, that Noah and Helge will eventually use. But no, it is something different. This machine is entirely different. And in fact, it seems like the machine that Tannhaus is building is going to be the thing that creates the God particle from the looks of it. Like he was creating like a sun or something that emits like something that is otherworldly, you know? And it got me thinking, which timeline is Tannhaus at? Like, which timeline is this? I mean, because we know most of the events of these different timelines remain the same. The only time when this timeline changes dramatically is during that moment on whether or not Martha comes in to save Jonas or not. That was the divergent point, right? On how things will change. But everything else beforehand, we can assume remains the same. And if everything remains the same, then everything prior is also the same. So which timeline is this? The aspect ratio change is bugging me. It's bugging me because it is a sign of something different. You don't just change aspect ratios randomly in a show. I mean, you can if you're an inexperienced cinematographer or editor or director, but there's a purpose. Everything has a purpose. Every editing choice in this show has a purpose, right? From the use of the mirroring between the worlds and all that stuff to this change in aspect ratio. Are they implying that Tannhaus is in a different world beyond the world lines that we know of Martha and Adam, Martha and Jonas, Adam and Eva? Is the world line that Tannhaus is at is actually the world line that the episode title is referring to, In Between Time? This is a point in time that is far removed from all of that. Because why stop at 2 timelines when we can have 3? Right? Because if that is the case, what is the significance of it, and what does it have to do with the end of the episode? Claudia appears in front of Jonas, presumably about to tell Jonas, hey, Jonas, man, your plan is not gonna work. But I figured out a way. You know what I mean? Like, finale shit. I figured out a way. I found the way out. A key, a point in time away from this loop where we can actually break the cycle and bring this show to its positive, in quotations, positive end. Because going back to what I said, the theme of the show, the thing that Jonas has been clinging on to is hope, right? We gotta hope that somehow the cycle can break. The fact that the penultimate episode is the episode where we circle back to the very beginning means that there is nothing else for us to tell. It's a done deal. The entire show has looped back to the very beginning and has looped back again to the point where we are right now, right? Everything has fallen into place. Everything has moved and went back to where it's supposed to do, where it's supposed to be, and where it is currently. We have finished the cycle. The cycle is done. And yet, one episode remains. We still have something else. I actually still have hope. These past couple of episodes, I've been thinking about how the show is going to end, and I've always felt like the most logical way for this show to end, given the very rules of this world, the very rules of the show itself, is that we are going to end with everything looping back from the very beginning. It is an endless cycle, and it's going to be about, there are some happy things in this cycle, but there's also going to be some sad things in this cycle as well. And we cannot escape this. But we should focus on the good things instead of the bad things. But cling on hope, man. Cling on hope. Hope that the cycle can somehow break. And now I am fully hoping that Claudia, for some reason, managed to loop back or travel to the writer's room of this show, figured out the plot and rewrote the script and make sure that everything has a happy ending. Because how are they going to end this is something that I am so curious about. Judging from the fact that this show is not only well received, but the ending is also critically acclaimed from what I've gathered from a lot of people saying like, yeah, this show from beginning to end is great. I cannot be more excited to see how this show ends. Because you can screw this up so well. If I would say this episode, if they had ended with the montage of everything looping back from the very beginning and they ended right there, I feel like it would have been quote unquote satisfying enough. Like, yeah, we can see this happening. We know that it's going to loop back in time, but no, obviously not. We're going to push forward to that. Fuck that. No, we are going to break the loop. But how? How? is the question. Going back to some of the things that I may or may not misunderstood, or may have probably thought differently when I was watching the reaction. I talked about the Noah Hano situation where Noah appears in the building, the tavern, the housing complex, whatever it is, and Hano appearing, like saying like, hey, yeah, I need a room, and like I traveled far and wide and whatever. I talked about like how that may probably be the thing that Noah was referring to. But then again, before this scene, I always thought that the scene where Jonas appears was the scene that we are referring to now. So now I'm actually not quite sure. Going back to what I'm taking back what I said before, and I'm gonna go back to my original idea that Jonas going there and meeting Noah, that is probably the likeliest of the two, because and also like thematically it fits a lot well that Jonas is the one that Noah was referring to, but I'm not sure because the show never really fully explicitly tell you like which point that Noah was referring to. I have to rewatch that episode. Like, I mean, I've only seen it once. But beyond that, it's also the Celia stuff. So I'm just gonna say it. I completely forgot about the subplot that Hannah was pregnant with Egon's baby daughter, right? And now that it's confirmed, and that she was about to get a abortion, but eventually she declines and refuses the abortion and leaves. And that was also when she was talking to Katarina's mother, right? Completely forgot about that. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I forgot about like Dad Hannah. So I'm getting the feeling that that was actually Hannah. Like that was actually Hannah, and that was actually the Hannah that gave birth to Jonas. It's just that because in the previous episode we had a glimpse of Otherworld Hannah, who is pregnant and who got saved by Egon, and well, the irony there. My brain immediately went for that version of Hannah. That is why I mentioned during the reaction that but she's not your mother, but she totally is. And it makes the scene a lot more fucked up now that I'm looking back at it, and like, oh, damn, Jonas, Adam, yeah, that was cold-blooded, like that was super cold-blooded. But yeah, so I think that confusion is out of the way, and that was, damn, now that I'm thinking about it, so Egon's daughter is who Bartosz marries, and that will soon be like I mentioned, this entire family is fucked. But so that's out of the way, which brings us to the question of what happens to what actually happens to Hannah and the baby with Egon in the other world. What happened to them? We don't know yet. Still some loose ends that we need to acknowledge and finish off in the finale. And of course, Charlotte and Elizabeth stealing Charlotte away from Elizabeth. We haven't seen them both appearing in front of Tannhaus and giving the baby to him. Also, Tannhaus's baby, or Tannhaus's daughter's baby, his granddaughter, I mean, is also named Charlotte. That's fascinating, isn't it? It's not really Charlotte, but it's just the fact that she is name Charlotte kind of makes it a lot. It not only makes a lot more sense, but it also makes it a bit sadder, in my opinion, because it's like Tannhaus was given a second chance, and that second chance just so happens to also be named as the as the baby that was lost. You know, there's plenty of things that I do want to talk about, like about the show in general, but I am going to save all of that for the series finale. I'm actually saving a lot of thoughts and opinions for the series finale so I can have a really longer discussion and review of the show in general and how it ends and how it begins. So, hope you guys enjoy this reaction and review of Dark Season 3, Episode 7, the penultimate episode. I will see you all next time for the series finale. That should be very exciting. See you all then. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Peace.